I've been a member of the ILA for about 15 years, and it's always the largest gathering of leadership professionals of any type, really, in the world. And I think what's really good about it is it combines both academics and non-academics, i.e. professional people who are interested in leadership development. And you don't get that combination in many places, particularly when we've got the COVID problem where nobody can go anywhere virtually. So the pandemic has basically kept us all in our offices for, I don't know how long, I've forgotten. I don't even know what year it is. But I think that the main reason to attend the conference, as opposed to go to the conference, is to get over this problem of sitting in your office all day long, and recognizing that there are both other people out there that have different ideas to yourself. So there's a diversity issue you need to address, and also to reestablish the relationship with people. We know that leadership is primarily about relationships. So if you don't have those relationships, you can't reconstruct them virtually, then they're going to wither. So it's important that as many people as possible can attend the. We all know the event will occur just after the American presidential election. So that's going to be a really interesting few days. So I'm particularly interested in seeing how my American colleagues respond to whoever wins that. That's one of the really important issues. And the other one, I think, is to recognize that this is the point where hopefully we've got past the worst in the pandemic and we can start to plan a different world. There are lots and lots of leadership conferences around the world. Most of them are a lot smaller than the ILA conference, and also the diversity level is much higher in ILA. And one of the good things, ironically, about being virtual is that if you don't like what you're listening to, you can go somewhere else. In a conventional conference, you have to stand up and walk out, and everyone looks at you, and that's keeps people in their seats. So virtual one is great. You just switch off and find something else. So there are lots of pluses. There are also, of course, lots of minuses, but there are lots of benefits, especially if this is your first attempt. Well, I'm going to be talking primarily about the issues that the pandemic raises and about the importance of leadership when addressing those kinds of concerns, particularly whether what we're looking for is somebody who's what I would call a commander in a crisis, taking very decisive actions, or somebody who's more interested in trying to get the collective on board to address the issues, or somebody who can combine both of those things. So for me, it's really about what does the pandemic exhibit and illustrate about the different needs of leadership. Difficult question about who inspires me. I think lots of leaders don't inspire me. That's one of the reasons I'm interested in leadership, because I remain usually uninspired, annoyed rather than uninspired. And I think that probably the question is part of the problem, that what we tend to do is we focus on individuals, and then when we don't find them, we get a bit depressed and give up. And what we should be looking for is there a collective response that can compensate for the inadequacies of individuals, because all of us are inadequate in some way. So perhaps the issue is not to look for heroes, but to look for groups to compensate for the problems of individual heroes.